Hello, gorgeous people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sophia, a yoga teacher based in Sydney, Australia. And today we are doing a 25-minute sunrise yoga flow. So when you're ready, just find yourself in a child's pose with big toes to touch, either knees together or knees apart, and then hands stretched out in front of you. And just ground on the mat, maybe taking a couple big deep breaths in through the nose and let it go out through the mouth. Letting go of anything beyond the borders of your mat. Let's take another inhale in through the nose and let it go out through the mouth. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to just walk the hands to the right hand side of the mat. Just stretch out the left side of the body, breathing into any tightness. And last breath here. And coming back to center, and then placing your hands to the left side of the mat and stretching out the right side of the body. A couple more breaths here. And then coming back to center. Let's move all the way up into our tabletop position, and let's move through some cat-cow. So pushing the floor away, rounding the back, nose to belly button. On the inhale, chest lifts, shoulders roll back. Exhale, nose to belly button, and inhale, arching the back. Exhale, tailbone tucks. Inhale, chest lifts, shoulders back. And just breathing, maybe doing a couple more in your own time. And then coming back to center, we're going to start mobilizing the hips by moving them into an anti-clockwise direction. So around, coming forward, and then exhale, bend in the knees, rounding them. And then maybe going in the opposite direction, feeling into any tightness, just breathing through it, exploring the movement. Alright, let's untuck the toes and send the hips up to the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog of the day. So maybe pressing the heels down, alternating between right and left, opening up the back of the legs, making sure the fingertips are spread wide, pushing the floor away, rounding the shoulders away from the ears, maybe a slight bend in the elbows, sending the hips towards the sky. And now gradually tiptoeing up to the top of the mat, hands meet feet, coming to a forward fold with quite a bit of bend in the knees at the start, and then maybe just clasping the elbows and letting the upper body go, coming into our ragdoll, swaying from side to side, maybe nodding the head yes or no. Just enjoying letting all of that tension melt away in the upper body. And then when you're ready, just letting the arms go and gently, one vertebra at a time, roll up all the way to standing at the top of the mat. Just taking a nice deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just enjoy this feeling feeling completely grounded through the feet. Okay, let's create some energy in the body. So we're going to inhale our arms up overhead, up towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale, bend in the knees, hinge at the hips, send the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, coming back up to standing. Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, come back to standing. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bend in the knees, let it go. Inhale, bring the energy up. Exhale, bring the energy back down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, give the energy back to the earth. Inhale and exhale. Amazing. Take an inhale at the top, maybe slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down. Let's inhale, step the right foot back, drop that right knee, open the chest, coming into horse rider pose. On the exhale, planting the hands, step the left foot back, high plank. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, drop the knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, sweep it through, cobra. Exhale, pushing the floor away, sending the hips back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, plant that left knee. Horse rider pose. Open the chest, and then exhale, pick up the left foot, step it forward to our forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, maybe slight back bend, engage the glutes. Exhale to close. Inhale, arms up overhead, slight back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot back, drop the left knee onto the mat, chest forward, horse rider. Exhale, planting the hands, sending that right foot back, high plank. Take an inhale here, and exhale, drop the knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, slide it through, cobra. Exhale, planting the hands, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot lifts and planting that right knee on the floor, horse rider. And then exhale, untuck the toes, step it forward to a forward fold. Let the head go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Slight back bend, and then exhale to close, hands meet at present. Okay, let's move to our sun salutation A. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, chest meets thighs. Inhale, flat back, shoulders roll back, looking forward, hands resting on shins. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping both feet back to our high plank. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, let's drop the knees, untuck the toes, lower the chest to the floor. Inhale, chest lifts, cobra. Exhale, pushing the floor away, untucking the toes, hips back to our downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bend in the knees and take a big step up towards the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And take an inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale to close. Okay, let's do another sun salutation A. So inhale, hands move overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back, hands resting on shins. Exhale, plant the hands, take a big step back to our high plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, either drop the knees or chaturanga, lowering halfway. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, sending the hips back to our downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, coming onto the tiptoes, and walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale to close. Alright, sun salutation B. So here we're going to start in our chair pose. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bend in the knees, making sure the tailbone is tucked, chest forward, arms next to ears. Take an inhale here and then exhale, forward fold. Hands meet the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, take a big step back to our high plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog and exhale back to our downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, right leg lifts up to the sky, three-legged dog. And then exhale, bring the knee towards the right elbow, placing the right foot on the floor. Spin the left foot out 45 degrees and then inhale, let's rise up to our warrior one. Bend in that front knee, squaring the hips. Inhaling here and then exhaling, planting the hands down, picking up the right foot and coming into our high plank. Inhale at the top, exhale to lower. And into our upward dog, swinging it back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing the left knee to left elbow, planting the left foot and the right foot to 45 degrees, and then inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend in that front knee, squaring the hips, shoulders relax, warrior one. Inhaling at the top. Exhaling, hands planted onto the mat, swing the left foot back to high plank. Inhaling at the top, exhale halfway, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog, shoulders back. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, come onto our tiptoes. And then exhale, bend in the knees, look forward, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Amazing. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, forward fold, head drops. Inhale, swinging the arms overhead, coming into our chair pose. Bend in the knees. Take an inhale here and then exhale, standing to close. Amazing. Maybe just giving a bit of a shake out, ready for our second sun salutation B. Let's inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, bend in the knees, tucking the tailbone, taking an inhale here. Exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders roll back. Exhale, walk, step or jump to chaturanga. And lowering halfway, inhale to upward dog. And exhale, swinging the hips back to our downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward, planting the left foot. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Exhale, planting the hands down, step the right foot back, high plank to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog and exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, dropping the right foot to 45. Inhale, rise to warrior one. exhale, lowering the hands down, step the left foot back, inhale at the top, exhale, lower halfway, inhale to rise to upward dog, exhale back into our downward dog. Right, take an inhale here, and then looking forward, coming onto our tiptoes, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat, inhale to halfway lift, exhale to fold. And then inhale, swinging the arms overhead, coming into our chair. And then exhale, straighten the legs, come back to our standing at the top of the mat. Okay, let's heel toe our feet wider than hip widths apart, toes pointing outwards. And let's inhale our arms overhead, and on the exhale we're going to bend in the knees, come down into our yogic squat, hands in front of us. Inhale to rise back up, exhale to squat. 2 more. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. 1 more. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. Staying in our yogic squat. And maybe widening the stance, getting a bit comfortable here, seeing if we can tuck the elbows into the inner knees and open the chest. Maybe moving from side to side just to give yourself a bit more space. And then when you're ready, placing that right hand down onto the mat, we're going to swing our left arm up to the sky, opening the chest. Breathing here, take an inhale and exhale, bring it back down to center, hands meet at prayer position, and then placing the left hand on the floor, swinging the right hand up overhead, opening the right side of the body, taking an inhale here, and then exhale, bring it back to our prayer position. Alright, we're going to come back into our child's pose, just as a little intermediary, just to reconnect back to the breath. So placing big toes to touch, knees maybe wide apart, and then hands all the way in front, just resting the forehead onto the mat. And maybe if it feels good for you, just rocking the forehead from side to side, just loosening out that neck. Amazing. So coming up from our child's pose, we're going to come into our Navasana, our boat pose. So making sure we're in a comfortable seat, rolling the upper body back, cores engaged. Bring our legs to tabletop position and either holding the back of the thighs or letting go and bringing your hands to either side of your legs. 3 more breaths here. Inhaling, breathing deeply. Exhale out through the nose. Last inhale here. And exhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Okay, we're going to do 1 more. So coming back into a boat and maybe challenging yourself by straightening the legs. 3 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, if you want to be a bit playful, just rocking back, just to give your spine a little massage and to be a bit playful. And then coming to stillness and placing the legs, the feet just over, up towards the sky. Gently using the core, lower the legs all the way down to the ground. And then we're going to come into our bridge pose, so making sure we can touch our heels with the fingertips and then sending the hips up towards the sky when you're ready, and staying there for a couple breaths. And exhale, let's lower the hips all the way down to the ground. And maybe windscreen wiping those knees from side to side just to release maybe any tension that built up in the lower back. And we're going to do one more bridge. So sending the hips when you're ready up towards the sky, opening the chest, and then maybe wiggling those shoulders underneath and clasping the fingers together, sending the hips higher, engaging the glutes, and one last inhale at the top, and exhale, let's lower down all the way to the mat, and then windscreen wipe those knees from side to side one more time. Amazing. Okay, hugging the knees towards the chest. Okay, keeping the right knee in towards the chest, extending the left and bringing that right knee over to the left hand side and looking over that right shoulder. Supine twist. Breathing here. And it's okay if the knee doesn't come all the way down to the mat, to the ground. The key is to keep that shoulder onto the mat. And then maybe swapping over, bringing the left knee towards the chest, swinging it over to the right, and looking over the left shoulder. Taking a couple breaths here. Okay, bringing that back to center, straightening both legs. It is time to come to our final pose, Shavasana, what everyone has been waiting for. Maybe taking a final deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Release and let go anything that you've been holding on to. This is the time to be completely still and absorb all of the benefits from the practice. Just enjoy these moments of stillness for once in your day. Reconnect back to the breath. Okay, maybe starting to deepen the breath, bringing in oxygen, expanding the lungs, sending it round your body, maybe wiggling those fingertips, wiggling those toes, and sending the hands, the arms overhead, and hugging the knees into the chest. Maybe rolling to one side, and in your own time, slowly coming up to a seated position. just going to do one final twist. So let's inhale our arms up overhead, maybe wiggling the fingertips at the top, and then twisting to the right, placing the left hand on the right knee, right hand goes behind, taking an inhale, coming back up to center, and then exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, cactus the arms, maybe lion's breath. Inhale to rise, and then exhale, placing the hands at heart center. The divine energy in me sees the divine energy in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next video.